welcome to my channel. It is Tina Stitches. This is a channel about cross stitch. Today is Sunday, February 28th, last day of February, and it's been a week since my last video. Once again, down in the dining room. My husband's still here, but he said he's gonna sneak on down to the basement eventually, so I've only worked on 4 projects since my last video, but I wanted to get the progress out there and show you guys. Try to keep it regular. So, and it's easier when the other guys are not in the house. So, I've worked on 4 things and got good progress on, 5 things. 4 whips and a new start, because I can't count apparently. So, yeah, and March is tomorrow, so plans for that. I've had them already written down for the last week, so if that changes, everything is scheduled to change. Yeah, so welcome. Thank you for coming back and subscribing, liking, sharing, all that stuff. I do have a shout out that I want to give, and that would be to Sarah at Our Stitching Kingdom. She gave me a shout out last week and I thought it was awesome. She does a lot of beautiful stitching. I know she's doing no new starts and I keep trying to tempt her, but it's not happening yet. We're only 2 months in, so I think she'll crack. Go check her out. It's Our Stitching Kingdom. Yeah, so we do have a lot of stitching in common, and appreciate the jabs here and there. So I'm going to start showing my whips, and I don't know where to start. So I guess that I will just start with the bee fob. It's right here. Why not? This is a relatively new start. I started it, I'm not sure when, but last month. I'm sure it was just at the end of January. And this is the Bumblebee Fob by Sweetheart Tree. And that's what it's going to look like when it's finished. I work on this on my lunch hours, and so it's been slow going, relatively, for the size of it. It's very tiny compared to most of my other projects. Here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. It's really tight in the hoop because of the fabric, but it's all the stitching is pretty much done. I started even to do the joining seam in ecru, because that's the closest color to the fabric and I didn't want it to stand out, so I just can't get that last corner in because of where it is in the hoop, but I want to get the beads done before I remove it from the hoop. And that wasn't something that I had considered when I started this, because most of the Sweetheart Tree kits come with the beads. I've done lots of their kits and didn't clue in to buy the beads for the little pattern, which I got for Christmas. So I was looking through my bead stash that is put away and did not find the appropriate colors. But I did find beads that were left over from a previous kit. And they're in here. If I tip it too far, they're going to spill. But there they are. There might be enough in here to do just the design. There's not very many beads on the actual pattern. Just a little bit of white beads here, and then there's some pink beads. Some pink beads there, and on the vines. So I think I have enough in here to do that, but definitely not enough to do what is done around the edge. So I may go and look through other kits, other projects that are kitted up, and see if I can scrounge something from those. Like, I have a lot of Mirabilia kits, beaded packs. I don't have the bead packs, but I have the beads for the kits in the kitted up projects. All of that to say, I might have beads. So, this one I'm not going to bead at work. That would be crazy. So this is now a at-home project until it's finished. So I will need to find another work project, which I didn't consider until now. But this bag that I take to work does have a couple other small patterns in it, such as another sweetheart tree, which actually might fit on the other part of that fabric, and some little stockings. They're all kitted up in here. Well, the stockings were. So who knows what I'll start for my lunch project. So that is that one. Next one, I'm just gonna grab this. I don't even know why I worked on this. I just got the urge to pick it up and get some stitching done on it. Pretty sure I did not have it marked down for any kind of prompts, and the only prompts that I've been doing are the Magazine Monthly Challenge group on Facebook, their acrostics. That's about the only thing that I've been picking projects for, because I don't have time to do all the other, 200 stitches on this and that and that. And I like to focus on a project. I say I focus on a project, but you're seeing multiple projects in a week. I do like to focus on something for more than a day. 3 or 4. And the only reason I'm like limiting it to 3 or 4 days is because I have so many. And I like to put things away while I'm still in love with it, because otherwise I tend not to want to pick it up again. So, that being said, I picked up Cutter by Omri. So I picked up Hatter by Omri Kresh, charted by Gecko Rouge. I got the kit, and I got the PDF version as well because I wanted to use it in Pattern Keeper. And I'm so glad that I did. Here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. As you can see, a lot of stitching has happened here. That was all confetti. And it was all parked. And I really was a little bit frustrated with all the parking, all the threads that were parked. And I picked at it here and there, but when I was using the paper copy, it was very time consuming because you'd pick up one thread and search through all the paper, like on the paper, for that one symbol, which could be 30 stitches away, and then realize I'm not going to even stitch that one yet because it's too far away. Nothing to no reference point near it to go ahead and stitch it and be comfortable. Yes, this is pre-gridded fabric, but it's gridded in 20 by 20 squares, and it's a 10 by 10 grid on the chart, so it kind of makes it a little bit awkward that way. It makes it harder to find where you are when the grids don't match. So here's where it is now. I got probably 700 stitches in. I know for 2 nights I got almost 300 stitches, and I worked on it for well, 5 nights after work. I want to get a good picture. There it is. It's very confetti heavy. This one especially, I want to use Pattern Keeper because it has 105 colors. And when I was doing all that stitching, it felt like 5 of the threads that I was picking up were all flesh tone, like same color. And that's in this area here. So we're getting into a lot of confetti. Yeah. But I'm still loving it, so good time to put it away. Next one that I'm going to show you is Beloved. By Adele Sessler, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Here's what it looked like when you last saw it. And here it is now. And as you can see, I worked mostly on this area and a little bit over here. So her lips are almost done, her face up here is done, and I work on this every morning when I can. I have my timer set for 17 minutes because I don't have 30 minutes a day. So I've noticed that when I sit down and I look at my timer, it's set for 17, I look at the time and I'm like, yep, that's about right. And I hit go, and then I work on this. And I usually work on the dark colors in the mornings because of the lighting, and the white shades on the weekends because that's when the light is better. So I would show it to you a bit better, but I'm kind of tucked in a corner here and can't stand up to show you like I usually do. I'll hold it up for you again. So I think I was wrong on my count. 1, 2, 3. 3 whips and a new start. So yeah, that's all there is. Now for the new start. My oldest son gave me this for my birthday, and his birthday is tomorrow. So I decided I have to start this. It's just appropriate. And this is Sampler 1823 by Herman of Copenhagen. It is the kit, and I'm stitching it with the kit fabric, a kit floss, and I made working copies, so I am marking off as I go, which I always do. It says to stitch 2 over 2, and it doesn't really say what the DMC color is, but it says it's authentic DMC. I'll show you this. It says DMC 117 there, but I don't think that's actually the color. But this is what it looks like. It's a beautiful Delft blue. It almost looks like it's variegated, but it's the sheen of it. But I'm going to be honest, it doesn't feel like DMC. But it has the stamp and everything, so I'm not going to say it's not DMC. This is on 35 count linen that came with the kit. I started it last night. No, I started it Friday night. And here's where I am. And that's upside down. Here's where I am. So the pink thread is my center. I'm starting from the center out, which I usually do. And I'm using, I started it with 2 strands over 2, like it said. And I started at the man. I believe that's a man. And I found that it was very difficult to work with. This fabric, you hear that, eh? It is not soft. It is stiff. It is scratchy. And when I was using 2 strands, I didn't use the needle that came with the kit. I generally don't. I am using my own needle, and maybe it's my needle size, but I thought, well, it's a fair size needle for linen, and it was still shredding the thread when I was stitching, making it really fuzzy and chunky. I didn't like the effect. So I switched to 1 strand. And so from here over is 1 strand, that little bit there, and the man. And I think this line here is two threads. So I'm going to show it to you like this. Actually, I don't think that makes much difference, but I don't mind the way the 1 over 2 is looking. Which is, you know, unusual for me, because I do like it to be a full look, not a scarce look. Because yeah, if you think about Beautitudes, I'm doing that on 22 count, and I'm doing 2 strands over what, a square. It's hardinger fabric, so it's like Ada, but this would work out to 17 count, and I want 1 strand. Go figure. It also might be because of the density of the fabric itself, but there it is. Sampler 1823 or 1832. It doesn't even say it on the kit. It is just design HH21249. Actually has 1819 on the chart now that I look at it. Right there. So I'm not sure why it has 1823 on the 123 stitch. The name of the kit there. So, anyways, that's it. That's all I got. I got no haul. I am expecting stuff. I am actually going to try to buy a nice big piece of linen to dye. I bought the dye. I have it. And looking to see if I can buy some linen so I can dye it pink so that I can restart the Lettres by Gigi, because I really want to do it on pink, and my raspberry fabric that I had, it's not working for me. So I'm also ordering more Anchor Black, because the box of Anchor Black that I bought apparently was being returned to the shipper. I don't know why, so I ordered more. So we'll see. But I don't expect... Actually, I did get something else. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, I got these, and I can't really show them to you because they're really just pattern. Pattern only, but Sweetheart Tree. More patterns. Yeah, I'm not even sure. Well, one of them is called Mini Sampler. Valentine Stitch Sampler. Love That Speaks Always. Sweet Embellishments Irish Shamrock Sampler. Radiant Diamond Sampler. Those ones I got, all of these I got off of a stash unload. But like I said, they are the pattern. So I think that if at one point there might have been freebies in a shop. Because they're not of the same kind of standard of the sold ones. And this is from 1992. Some of them are dated 1985. I think it was 85. I could be wrong. But some of them also came with the called for linen. This one is the work of the hands. I thought there was another one. It must have slipped in behind my stuff. So I did get those off a stash unload, and maybe throw those in my lunchtime bag. I was on Instagram the other day and I noticed that Lori at Mischievous Stitches had been working on a Sweetheart Tree, because, you know, as soon as I say, I don't see anybody working on these things, boom, they're showing up all over the place. So she was working on Love Squared, and I posted about my bumblebee fob, and I had to frog a little bit because I had this little curlicue vine here was 2 stitches too low, 1 stitch too low, so I had to frog. Luckily that was at the end of the strand that I had tucked in. Pretty sure that was a skidoo. So that was the end of a strand that had been tucked in. So I had to frog just a little tiny bit and re-stitch it. But all of that's fixed. So I really just need to, maybe I'll do that today, get those beads in there. Go look for those beads. I should go do that. So, my plans for March, I've planned out my March, according to the magazine monthly challenge. And here's what I got. So this is what I do every month. I can show you February. This is what I was looking at. February. All of my whips are listed. If I have a new start, it goes to the bottom of the list. And the list continues every month. If something gets finished, see if I can find a finish here. There was not very many finishes in 2020. So So here, there was a finish. So I put some stars there and it was done. That's how I keep track of my finishes. And look, sunflower finished. So my plan for March, I've colored in anything that I want to focus on because of the acrostics. Monthly acrostic for March is lion or lamb, and I have something for both of them picked out, and I've colored every one of those lines blue because Caroline's favorite color is blue and a theme is blue. So it would be nice to work on that permanent Copenhagen sampler because it's blue, but I don't have that picked in these acrostics. I put some things in there that are relatively big pieces and I haven't touched them for a while, such as Beatitudes and my mandala. I put Beatitudes in there 3 times, once for lion and twice for lamb, because it was hard to find an I project and an A project, and of course B Beatitudes. And Beatitudes is by My Big Toe, and it's all the verse of, it's one of the Psalms. Beloved. Well, here's what it looked like. So that's what I'm gonna mainly focus on. It looks like Beatitudes and mandala. O, Omri Koresh Hatter. L is for lettres, but that's the one where I have to dye the fabric that I don't have. And for N, I put just Nan so that I can get with my needle finished, because it's very close to a finish and it could be done this year. So I'm going to try to work 2 nights per letter. Whether I get both lion and lamb done, that's another story. Get you? No. So anyways, I know that my memory card is pretty full and I don't know when I'm going to be able to upload this, because I just realized I don't have my new hard drive that I ordered because my computer is crashing and stuff. So if you see this on Sunday, it's very unlikely. Monday is more likely. Tuesday, I would hope so. So I'm going to say goodbye now. Be kind. Happy stitching. Bye.